Hello, you horrible lot. It's now time for my Avenue Q review. I went to go and see Avenue Q at the Theatre Royal at Newcastle on its UK tour. I had full cast apart from Julia Yamini was off, so she wasn't Christmas Eve, and instead I got Arena Lee, or is it Arena E? I can't remember. Bad, isn't it? What's she? Yeah, that doesn't help. So I had mixed feelings about going to see this new cast, because some people have left the tour from last year or year before when it was on, and new people are in. Catherine Moraz, who was Mrs. T / Yellow Bear, is now Kate Monster and Lucy the Slut, and they've brought in a couple of new people. And a friend of mine had been to see it in Oxford a few weeks before, and he said it was really bland and boring and he hated it, and cast were just literally sticking to the script. So I went in thinking, oh god, because I did remember the direction from when I saw it at the Alhambra in Bradford, and I had been a bit disappointed then, and I think some of the cast were a bit disappointed as well with how they'd been directed, and they weren't doing it like they had wanted to do it from London. But actually I was pleasantly surprised. It was really, really slick show. The cast were all brilliant. There was loads of ad-libbing going on, and compared to Bradford there was a lot more eye contact. I mean, I had front row, and from what I noticed in Bradford was, in the Internet is for Porn song, Chris Thatcher, who plays Trekkie Monster, and Nikki didn't look out into the audience like I've seen in London, where they pick on someone from the audience as, yeah, you watch porn, don't you? But he did to some women further along the line to me. And then in Special, my boyfriend, because we were sat right in the middle, got eyeballed by Catherine Moraz with Lucy the Slut, which was quite funny because he didn't know where to look. And then Gary Coleman was singing at me for Schadenfreude and the Money song when I put some money in his hat. So that was all really awesome. Yeah, and it just seemed, it was one of the best Avenue Q shows I've seen, I'm going to be honest with you. I had Daniela Gibb as, wrong way. She is the new Mrs. T / Yellow Bear / other, and she's really good. She works well with Chris, like having to run around next to him is a mission in itself. So she does really good with that. And then I had Matt Henry as Gary Coleman and Edward Judge as Brian, and they were very good as well. Schadenfreude was funny for Matthew. He was funny as hell. He had loads of the audience laughing, and in Loud as the Hell You Want, that was when he was eyeballing me, and I'm just sort of like, I'm not looking at you during this song. I had a new addition to the cast is Sam Lupton. He's the new Princeton and Rod, because obviously Adam Pettigrew is in Wicked in London, and I love his Rod. His Rod's great, like as struggling as someone coming out of the closet, really, and it's funny, but it's like, you know, it's not just funny because it's a puppet. You know, you can actually get to grips with the character and you feel quite sorry for him. And this Princeton I found a little bit arrogant, but I think Princetons are all generally like that, aren't they? Catherine Moraz, she's okay. I don't know, I think I just love Rachel Jerram too much in that role now, that nobody can beat her, so I'm a bit biased. Chris Thatcher, like I said, was on as Nikki and Trekkie Monster and the Blue Bear and other, and he's funny. Look what he's written there. I asked him to sign my programme. He's put, Kirsty, me love porn. When I went to get his autograph, he goes, I've seen you before, haven't I? And I was like, yeah, at Bradford. And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, and he's got a CD out, by the way. I thought I should put this ad out for him. He's got a CD out. It's called Jesus Christ Superstar, and you can buy it on the Dress Circle website or at any theatre where Avenue Q is currently playing. I didn't get my hands on it in Newcastle, but I am going to see Avenue Q again at Leeds, so I'm planning on getting it then and just seeing what I make of it, really. Yeah, so Julia Yamini was off, so I had Arena Eon, and she was Christmas Eve, and she's really good. Her diction wasn't as great as I've seen from other Christmas Eves, but very funny, very warm, very interactive with the puppets. I just loved her performance. I thought she was really good. The whole cast were brilliant. Yeah, and afterwards, I mean, I do tend to stage door a lot, but they are lovely to talk to, and they don't mind signing for a few extra minutes. One thing that does annoy me about the stage door experience is when the actors come out and the people who've watched the show, they have a programme there in front of them because they obviously want to get their programme signed, but instead of looking and actually calling out for the actor, they go call out by the character's name. Like Edward Judge came out, and these ladies in their 40s just push past everyone going, Brian! And I'm like, his name's Edward! It really annoys me. I mean, it's there. They've got a name in. It's not Brian. It's not Christmas Eve. Use their actual names, because it's disrespectful. I mean, just have some manners, will you? For God's sake. Look at that. Fucking hair. Can't see. So that, yeah, basically, again, like with Wicked, I had a brilliant time at Avenue Q. Thought it was all switched on, well connected, and well done. And I can't wait to go and see it again in Leeds. I think Leeds is one of its last venues as well, which is going to be sad because it finishes in Derby or somewhere. Not too sure, but it finishes at the end of summer, and I've got a ticket for July, so that'll be good. I can't wait. I've already got some friends. I'm trying to get one of my friends from work to go and take her boyfriend to see it. She goes to me because she doesn't mind seeing the odd show, and she goes, "Do you think James will like it?" And I said, "Oh yeah, this is right up James's street because James is an immature young boy, and with songs like Internet is for Porn and characters like Trekkie Monster and Schadenfreude and You Can Be As Loud As the Hell You Want, it's definitely for him." It's for anyone who doesn't like musicals and for those who are very immature and boyish. So I said to her, get a ticket during the week because I'm going at the weekend. I have a ticket for the Saturday matinee and I am not missing it for anything. I said, get a ticket during the week and go and see it with him because you'll both come out laughing your heads off. And it was true. I mean, when I saw it in Bradford, loads of elderly people walked out at the first half because they found it too shocking. But this time in Newcastle, I don't know whether it's a northern thing, whether northerners of all ages are just used to rude, cheeky banter, but there were elderly people coming out of that laughing their heads off and saying, oh, what a good time they'd had, and different to what they expected, but fantastic nonetheless. So, go Avenue Q! I wish it was going back to London. I hope it does at some point, but to be honest, if any show is to go back to the West End, it's Miss Saigon. Miss Saigon needs to come back. So, yeah. Hopefully we will see Kate and Lucy the Slut and Nikki and Trekkie and Rod and everyone back in London where they belong soon.